So I wasn't invited to NAB 2019, or maybe I didn't invite myself. I don't have to tell you. So I've been checking up on the events that's been going on, the highlights and stuff, and few things did stand out to me. A lot of the updates from Blackmagic really stood out, but the one that caught my attention is what we're calling a Slypod, which is the first motorized monopod, which can also serve as a slider. Weird, useful, needed? We'll find out in this video. So yes, literally as it is, it's a sliding monopod which can be used vertically or no, which can be used vertically or horizontally, um, and it's powered. Where could this be useful? Because one of the options that people have these days with using monopods, maybe for events and weddings, is you can get a gimbal, Zion, whatever gimbal that you like, screw them on the top of your monopod, and then you can walk around with your monopod and have a very nice stabilized lens. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with that setup. So where could this slide pod be useful? Well, on one of the videos I'm showing right now, you can see the monopod can be placed horizontally on a tripod, which then means it can carry your equipment forward and backward, whichever direction you want it to be, which is quite amazing. And one of the things that really shocked me was the payload that this thing can do. If you're shooting vertically, so that's up and down, it can carry up to 18 kilograms. If you're going sideways, horizontally, it can carry up to 12 kilograms. And I think on that video, they were balancing a Sony FS5. It's not a light camera. That's pretty impressive. The battery is meant to be lasting around 2 hours. And another cool thing, it's got a USB-C on the slide pod itself, which means you can actually extend the life of the battery, but you wouldn't really need to be sliding for continuously for 2 hours unless you're into sliding. You could if you're doing time lapses and stuff, but again, I don't know why you would need to be sliding backward and forward for 2 hours. But anyways, you can extend the longevity of the battery through the USB, which is a cool feature. And I'm guessing you'll be able to add any firmware updates or change settings on the PC through that. You can control the slide pod through your mobile phone, so you don't always have to be on the device itself. Yeah, this thing is interesting. Really, I think it's still one I'm like, is it usable or is it not usable? Especially if you're using the first scenario I gave, where you've got a normal monopod and you're screwing on a gimbal on top of it. Then how does that compete with this slide pod? And one of the other things as well, because of it being such a thin mechanism, what happens when you get to the end of the sliding? How does it handle that balancing well? And I think on one of the videos as well, you can kind of feel a little wiggle during the movement of the camera. But is this a matter of maybe they didn't set it properly, or is this what we're going to be expecting? It defines some physics, really, to be honest, but I'm not here to bash the slide pod. I'm just intrigued with it, and it raises some questions and it solves some problems as well. And someone said here, what a unique and interesting product. Be interesting to see footage and examples. Yes, because for now, the footages we've seen are of people recording the camera on the slide pod rather than what the camera is actually seeing. So we don't really actually know how stable this thing is. Does it have like little shakes, or is it a smooth movement? Yeah. Does it make sense to just mount your gimbal on the monopod or not? Or does it make sense to go with this slide pod? I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, so tell me from 10 things I like. Give your opinions below by commenting, and if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't like it, bash the thumbs up button. That way I will know that it's you that doesn't like my video. Anyways, catch you in the next video, and peace.